This is the besotted pride of West London podcast. We're not coming to you from New York or anywhere stateside. We're coming to you from West London. We're back in Blighty, and Brenrford have played their last pre-season friendly of the pre-season against Lille. It's finished Brenrford 0, Lille 0. Sav, what did you learn from that game? You know, it was a fairly strong lineup, but it certainly wasn't the game. It wasn't the lineup that we're expecting against Tottenham when the curtain comes down next week.
Yeah, I think it was a strong starting lineup. But we put all of our subs were sort of B teamers, but they look really good. Nathan really looks excellent. Kim at the back looks really good. There's some really nice performances. It was a bit boring first half, not much going on. But second half, especially towards the end, really picked up. We created some really good chances. It's just an enjoyable, friendly against a very, very good side. Lille in the first half especially were stunning. They look better than pretty much anything we saw down here last season.
Yeah, as you say, some real plus points from the 90 minutes, you know. And as you rightly said, you know, towards the end it got better and better, and it was almost like the game needed another 15 minutes really, because the Brenrford subs and the young kids were coming into the game more and more. Did you expect to see more of, you know, as I said in the intro, these games, these final friendlies of pre-season, they normally give you an indication of what we expect in the first game. You know, it's the last chance to try formations. It's the last chance to kind of see if players are match ready. We played another Lille team behind closed doors at the training ground this morning, and that's kind of had, you know, the Norgards. That kind of had who else did it have in the team? You know, there was no Rico Henry, and it had Baptiste, and it also had Sharda, which, you know, I was expecting to see Sharda play in the number 9 position today, and to kind of like to see what Tottenham are going to be facing. Do you think that there's a bit of cloak and daggerness going on? Do you think we're hiding things?
I think it's just a really clever move, because what it does, it allows all your first teamers and those who could get into the first team to have 90 minutes. So I think that's quite clever. So if you try to play them all in the one game, you've got to keep taking some off to put the others on. So by having 2 games, it means that Sharda could get 90 minutes, Norgard could get 90 minutes, and all of the players that played this game here at the Gtech could get 90 minutes. So I thought that was a really clever move, really smart, and I think that'll be a bonus. So basically, Thomas Frank can then choose his top 11 to start.
I wouldn't say it was an overly entertaining game over kind of 70 minutes, but towards the end it really did get better and better, and it looked like we were really pressing and pushing for the win. Not that the win really makes any difference in reflection to the season, but always nice to finish off on a high, and the players are coming round and they're getting a really good reception from what has been a fairly decent crowd. I was saying to Sav that this final fixture of the pre-season normally gives some sort of indication about what to expect in terms of the starting 11. We come away sort of none the wiser in that respect, have we?
No, none the wiser at all. I think the last 5 minutes were good. It was a typical friendly. You know, the reason a lot of us stopped going to friendlies a long time ago. But you see some new players. You know, everyone came on and did well. The squad's getting bigger and better. I thought the youngsters that we haven't seen before. The lad at the back looked good when he came on. Kim, I thought he had some good touches. Lewis Potter looked good. It's all about giving players more time, isn't it? I think, whilst we don't know what the starting lineup, I'm sure Frank's got a 100% view on who he's going to start with next week, unless there's any hidden injuries and stuff that we don't know about. You know, and the players who aren't playing grow in their absence, really, don't they? The more they don't play, the more you want your Ricos and your Norgards and those. But listen, the squad's getting bigger and better. There's some new blood coming in. We look good going forward. A couple of dodgy moments at the back. I thought the keeper overall was solid. He looks good with his feet, which is what we were expecting. It's another stepping stone towards the first game that really matters, which is next week.
So, I mean, Thomas Frank's going round, he's leading the clapping, you know, like we do in every league game, but we're doing it in a friendly. There was a lot of pluses there, but unexpected pluses. You know, I didn't really expect to see these fringe players today. We finished more like a Brenrford B team than we did necessarily the team that's going to start against Spurs. What have you learned, if anything, from today?
I mean, I've learned that we should, you know, we've got enough players to put out two teams is the reality of it, and that shows the strength we have got. I thought they looked pretty decent opponents actually. They were probably on a par maybe with a Brighton, a Villa, that kind of level again, and they looked pretty bright. They pressed us hard, but actually as the game wore on, we started to play around them. Some of the young players got some confidence. I thought Briley looks a bit like Damsgaard, but he played really well for us. I thought Lewis Potter's touch is brilliant. Jensen started to show his ability as the game went on, and if anyone's worried about Flecken, I wouldn't be after today. I thought he was brilliant with his feet. He looks like he's going to be an excellent replacement for Raya. Raya's just walked around clapping people, quite possibly last time we see him at this stadium, I guess.
So, the game that they played this morning behind closed doors, it had Norgard in there, and it had the Sade and Rico Henry. There's a few people concerned that he's missing, didn't play in either of these two, but he played 3 strong games in the States. I'm hoping there's some cloak and daggerness going on here, because I don't think it's possible for Spurs to look at anything that's happened this weekend and anything Brentford have done and have any clue as to how we would set up and what to expect. Is that intentional, or do you just think that is the way, as you just said, we've got two really good teams and we wanted to give as many players 90 minutes as we could?
I think it's probably a blend of the two. I'd be really interested. I don't think anyone can name our starting 11 next weekend, which makes it pretty interesting. We had me and Pinnock playing here, who are both lefties. We ended the season last season playing with them. We played 2 right-footed centre halves this morning. Realistically, as the season goes on, I'd expect us to play 1 left-footer, one right-footer. But if Rico's the player who's absent, he's the one who people are going to be talking about. Be interested in who we play as a number 9 next week. Is it going to be Shard or is it Wissa? Wissa played really well the last 15 minutes, holding the ball up in the opposition box today. Played well against Spurs at Spurs. So, lot of decisions to be made. We lost Frank and Brian to injury this afternoon. Neither look really serious. Hopefully they're all right. You'd imagine if Norgard is fit, he starts next weekend. We'll wait and see, but it's another exciting season coming.
Who are you choosing? If you're picking your number 9 for Tottenham, who are you going with?
Shada.
So we're just walking out of the Gtech. We're going to keep it short and sweet. You've had a lot of pod action the last couple of weeks as we've been going around the United States, and there's probably more to learn about the season, the last 3 games, than necessarily today. We came through hopefully injury free. I know Brian and Boomo went off with looked like a bit of a leg injury, but hopefully that's precautionary. We need to be full strength for Tottenham. It's a real tough start to the season. What did you make of this? What have you made of pre-season? You've watched the games on Sky and you've watched the games today. What have you made of the last 90 minutes of pre-season?
I think it's always difficult to say, isn't it? With bits and bobs. I think America was a very experimental thing. We experimented more than the other teams, and I think we came out of that looking very good. It's all very positive. Today, I thought it's a very strange game in many respects, but I thought everyone had a good game. No one had a bad game. Flecken's distribution seemed okay. He played a lot of short balls, I noticed, which was fine. He made a bit of a hash of the one shot that came hurling at him, but kept the clean sheet. I thought KLP and Hickey particularly looked really good today. I was really happy with them. Roslev looked good. Nobody looked bad, and I think we can go into the season feeling very positive.
And you're positive, are you? I mean, third season in the top flight.
You know what? Before we went to America, I was not positive. I was thinking, I look at the teams around us, and I saw I look at the results we had last season, and I think, are we going to take 6 points off Man City again? No, we're not. So that's 6 points that we're not going to get. And then I look at the games that we didn't get any points in, and I think, you know what? They're the games we will get points in this season. Where we drop points against the Leicesters, we'll beat the Lutons. So I think I'm definitely a lot more positive than I was 2-3 weeks ago. I'm confident of another position 10 and above sort of season.
Nice one, I'll take that. So we're going to wrap this one up. It's been a really entertaining, interesting pre-season. You know, from the Boreham Woods to the Hollywoods and everywhere in between. We've been stateside. We've been to North London. We've had Lille at the Gtech. We've done okay. We've not won many games, but I don't think necessarily the management and the coaches will be overly concerned about that. We're creating lots and lots of chances. We just got to hope that someone comes in to fill the Ivan Toney shaped void. That's it. You know, we know that we've got a season ahead of us, or half a season ahead of us, without our leading goal scorer. We know that we can create chances. We've just got to take them. So big test next week. We've done all the preparation. We've done all there is to do in terms of getting this squad Premier League ready once again. Third season in the top flight. I'm pretty confident we can do a really good job of it again. Only time will tell. Hope you've enjoyed the podcast during the summer, and don't forget there's loads more to be coming in the next few weeks. So come on, you bees. Come on, Brenrford.
Come on, Brenrford.
Come on, you bees.
Come on, bees. Go bees. Go bees.